So hello and welcome to this episode of Billyfishing in Chunks Fjord. Well, this isn't Chunks Fjord, it's the fjord next to it. I don't know what it's called, shut up. Just put that first bait out. 8-0 hook, South African rig, dingle dangles, all the way. Let's see what happens today. Yeah! Okay, so I'm going to get the other rod baited up, settle this one in, and then I'll tell you actually what's going on. So, first of all I'm going to do the gear, right? And the rods are the Century Chiropractor Attractor E1000. The reels are the Meg 525. Boom! All hail the 525. Hail! And they're loaded with 40-pound main line, 100-pound 4-strand leaders, 4-strand line as well. Both of them are the same. One, I've got a South African rig with an 8-0 circle, and on this rod here, which I'm going to be changing around a little bit, has got a 10-0, right? And that's going to be fishing the wire dingle dangle with the half fish. So I'm going to get on with baiting up the next rod. This is the story, right? I'm right on high water almost, right? And we're going to fish the drop of the tide. If I pick up a fish before then, that's good too. But my most interest is in towards the evening. This is at tide before a high spring, right? Here in Norway, it is often the best, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, this is a South African dingle dangle. Somebody commented that it was mine. It's not. I just make them myself, right? I don't think you can actually buy them anywhere. So it's just wire. It goes inside the fish, right? Like so, right? Up inside it, using this gizmo here, right? First of all, I'm going to start with removing these very frozen on fins without cutting the fingers out myself. Right. Nice bit of sun today, so my fingers will defrost eventually. So you just expose the gills. It does help if you have a very tough knife, very sharp knife. Then you slash the head off it. No, not off it, the bits on it. You just slash it. This is for the bait elastic to stick into, right? So it doesn't come off with these big baits, right? Right, there we go. So you take the dingle dangle. You want it as close to the top lip of the collie. The bottom one sticks out a little bit more. Just make sure you have it in the right place there. Then you hold it and you mark it. And then you cut off that last bit behind it. Okay, that's it. This is where tough, sharp knives come into their own. So they don't bend when you're pushing them and slip off to the side and cut your hand off. Then you can also shape them so they cast a little bit better when they're frozen as well, which is something I enjoy to do. So you get the picture. Just aerodynamics. Okay, this has a little channel in the top that you can see there, and that little loop goes in there, okay? When it goes through the fish, obviously, okay? That's it. Here comes the dangerous bit. You push it through the fish carefully. So when it's really frozen, I put my hand behind it like this, so if it moves suddenly it stops and it doesn't shoot out the end and spear me through the hand, right? So you just take your time like that. Here it comes. I think. Whoops. So then you take your dingle dangle, you put it into the loop, then you put it slowly through the fish. Okay, then you take your leg and you position it right there, if you can, in the middle of the fish, right? So then we are right here. Now the loop is where it needs to be. Okay, there's the loop right there, right at the top of the fish. Then we go over to the hook, and we go through the loop. So there we go. Just give it a little tug on this, just to make sure that it is where it's supposed to be, like i.e. in the loop inside the fish. And then you take your bait elastic. I suggest you use heavy bait elastic, and then you just whip the crap out of it. You make sure that this fish's mouth stays shut. If it opens, it will swallow your hook and the whole thing will be bloody useless. So that's it, really. Then you just go up and over a few times, just to make sure the whole deal is securely fixed. That's it. Now, this hook may seem a little bit on the small side, but it's not, because it sticks out so much, and they work really well like this. You work your way down the bait and then back up again. And you can throw a couple of half hitches around the hook. That's it. So then you take it and you clip it on. Right. And now, because the lead weight is carried by the dingle dangle on the bottom of the fish, the rig body, or rod and bottom in this case, or both, is out of the way. That's it. So we cast that out and we see if we get some kind of huge fish on it. So that is a 7-ounce lead weight in there, otherwise this isn't going to be going very far. Did you hear that, land, did you? Well, you know, they got to know you're around, right? If you want to catch a big fish, you need to keep the small guys off it. Settle this guy in. Nice. Take the drag off, so you get a halibut. Nice. So that's it for now. All I have to do is sit back and wait. The first bait will fish a half hour easy, and the second bait will fish an hour. Absolutely easy. So yeah, there's not much more for me to do than sit back and enjoy this beautiful sunny day here in Arctic Norway, with a view that is just completely amazing. Where else would you like to spend your day? Fantastic. Yep. So this is it. Lovely still day. Expecting a little bit of rain, but the reason why I changed the gear is the last time the rods were a bit light and I had trouble casting the baits, to be honest with you. I was sure I was going to break one. You know, you have this feeling when a rod reaches its capacity in load, and those Abu Sovereigns had reached it. Yeah. So I changed over to these guys. If you want to throw a big bait, right, and I can't say about any other rods, but I can say about these ones here, they throw big baits, right? There is one Achilles heel in this whole equation, and it's yourself, right? You have to be able to throw big baits, right? Of course you can get them a few feet, but if you can get one 70, 80 meters, you're in with a good chance of catching a fish. Just a piece of advice for people who are buying fishing rods and they see this video and they think, right, that's the rods he used to catch that fish. Well, it doesn't really work that way. You kind of have to grow with the fishing rods. These fishing rods, right, they will break you in two. That's why I call them the chiropractor attractor. If you're not used to them, right? So you have to kind of grow with them, you know, you have to get used to them. So don't run out thinking you're going to be able to cast half a mackerel if you're new to the game. It's not going to happen. Maybe you will, but 9 times out of 10, no, it won't. So save yourself a bit of money. I didn't start casting these baits. I started a long time ago and I was throwing a couple of ragworm and some slivers of mackerel and that kind of thing, right? A big bait was 6 lugworm back then. You know, big baits have come to a scary place these days. Remember, adjust your horizons, right? So if you're new to the game, come to Norway, just fish. Do what you can, don't try and overextend yourself, and you'll have the best time ever. That's some advice there. Okay, nice. I'm staying in Tjongsfjord Lodge. I will link their details in the description. Okay, yes. I'm not expecting any really fireworks until the latter half of the day, around about, say about 3 onwards. Save your best baits for those points that you believe the best fish are going to be, and I believe they're going to be towards the end of the day. But if things start changing and going crazy, then I'll take my best bait, which is a mackerel, and I will fish them when I need to, instead of just sitting on them. It's like, you know, it's like the starving guy that was saving all his food, right? There's no point in that, right? Boo. So just out of the corner of my eye, I saw a rod get a bite. There we go. It was actually the big fish rod. Now I'm getting afraid. But you quite often get this. It's a small fish trying to get a giant bait into its mouth. So you best not get too excited. You will know when a fish is taking that bait. There'll be no doubt in your mind when you see that line tearing out that you found the fish that fits the bait, right? But right now, it's just small fish, just tapping away at it. And this is really good, actually, because it causes commotion in the area and draws in the big boys as well. So, you know, the big baits, they do more than one thing than just exclude fish. They also attract fish, smaller fish, which causes a commotion, which draws in the bigger lads as well. So it's another reason why big baits catch big fish. You can't just be boiled down to a big bait catches big fish. No, it's not just that. Because I've had big fish on small baits too, and quite a few of them. But if you're trying to target a big fish, the big baits is definitely the guy for excluding and attracting. That's it. So I've had a few casts. I still haven't had a fish. I've had a few bites, but nothing serious, no runs or anything else. So got a mackerel and collie cocktail on its way out. Oh, down it goes. If it catches Billy any type of bloody fish, who knows? Yeah, sure. Right, we get this guy settled in. Incredibly slow today, but that's always a good sign of a giant fish on the way. It is. Oh, I have been fishing now for 4 hours, right, without so much as a nibble. This is a crap tide. I hate it a little bit. Yes. May I go that far to say that? Yes, man. Because I'm not catching any bloody fish. Brothers and sisters, I will fish on in the name of glory, honour, and something to eat. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. So getting a bite on the left rod with the huge half a fish on it. And I have it in shadow in the hopes of a halibut. Smooching along, there's a ledge that runs along here, and mooching around for crabs and whatever. He won't turn his nose up at it when he finds it though. Here we go. Oh, we're in. Yeah, we're into something. Bloody hell. Yeah, we're into something. And it's going over this way. It could be a halibut. Oh yeah, okay. We got a halibut, just didn't know it was hooked. There he goes. Ah, right. There he comes. Little halibut. Okay, little halibut. Nice. Okay. If he's okay, he's going back. If not, I'll take him for dinner. He's only a little guy. Looks like he's swallowed that well in. Oh well. So there he is. I'm gonna see if I can save him. He worked hard to get that bait in there. I don't think I'm gonna get it back either. Nope. Wouldn't think so. Or maybe. I wouldn't keep it normally, but I'll see if I can get the hook out without killing it. So unfortunately the halibut didn't make it, despite the fact that I used circle hooks and it was a small fish and I landed it without it doing any of that stuff that they normally do. But I have him down there bleeding out, and I will give you a look at him as soon as I get this next cast in the water. So yeah, the big bait produced a small fish. It's legal. Vicky G made it and everything else. If you want to see how to do that, I'll link this video in the description. It's both flatfish and roundfish, incidentally. Halibut, flounder, plaice, stabs, whatever. The brain is all in the same place. I might as well show you a new product that I've been given to test. Besides the point that was given to me, I think I'm in love, because I did a review on the Fenix Super Raptor 2, right? Not impressed, still not impressed, despite the fact, if you have a look in the comments there, some people went to a lot of trouble to try and make it seem a bit better. So they're either having an intimate relationship with their flashlights, or they were from Fenix trying to, you know, explain the crappiness of a torch, you know, try and make it seem a bit better. I don't care how bright it is, so long as you can see reasonably well enough and it doesn't drive you nuts. That's what I look for in a flashlight. The Fenix drive me nuts. It gives me a pain in my neck. It was a nightmare. So this company called Army Tech contacted me and they sent me out this flashlight. It's called Wizard C2 Pro Max, right? And what I liked about my Petzl Ultra was it had great light and a great field of view, right? And you didn't have to mess around. It had one switch, 3 options, right? Low, medium and high, right? That's all you need, right? And then you just turn it down, and it had a lock so it wouldn't come on in your pocket or in your tackle box, right? And this is what Fenix didn't have, right? The first time I used it, I got to the beach, I had half an hour light left because this stupid tab they put on it didn't work properly to stop you pressing the buttons, right? Anyway, I digress. So they have sent me this and I'm going to do a review on it soon. We spent the weekend together, you know, talked into the night and, you know, you turn off. No, you turn off. You know what I mean? I'm afraid I'm in love and there's not much I can do about it. It's a great light. Look forward to the review. I get a promo code with this as well. And if you would like to get one, wait for the review. I'll leave the link in there and you can go and get one. It's 20% off. This is it, the Army Tech Wizard C2 Pro. Yes, love it. Stay tuned. So this is the next bait. Big lump. Quarter of a collie, quarter of a mackerel. Out it goes. Right, we get this guy settled in. Wait for a fishy. And we're getting a bite already. Just put it out. Yep, we got a halibut again. Probably a cod, but so I'll kick. Oh god, yeah, we're in. And it's a good fish too. Oh, bloody hell. I hope it's hooked in the lip though, so I don't want to have to carry 2 of these things out of here. Oh, he's hanging out right down there. He's stuck on a rock. Come on, get out. Yeah, here we go. It's a much more violent fight on these rods, but it's a decent fish anyway. Swimming right up this way. Right, here he comes. Yeah, but that's a cod actually. He's still fighting though. Man, he was pulling. It's only a little guy. Hey, okay. Well, there he is. Nice cod. Well, he looks small down there, right? Having a farther head moment again. There he is. Let's get the T-bar. There you go. Anyway, so we get him back in the drink. He's about 9 or something, I would say. Nice! Yeah, I'll go here today. Now, right, so I better get another bait in the water with the quickness because daylight is fading. Let's ratchet off. Let's see what happens. So there's my guy there. Beautiful fish. I'm looking forward to eating it. Yeah, it's about 12 pounds or so, 12, 13 pounds. Fantastic fish. This is why I come here. Do you see why? So yeah, we'll fish on, brothers and sisters. See if we get another one. So that's my first halibut for this year. I didn't get one last year at all. So yeah, I'm happy with it for sure. So this answers a few questions for me, kind of, right? Is it possible to catch them on lures where I am right now? That bait was within casting range of a spinning rod. I deliberately cast short because I know what halibut do. The fish that I'm after, they are mostly in the shallows, which is like between 30 and 15, even 9 meters, 6 meters of water sometimes. And they're in there and they're after crabs. And that's what they're doing. And small fish, obviously. But they shuffle around looking for their green buddies and they scoff them down. So definitely within casting range of a lure bait. And that's something I'm going to be on. That fish would be tremendous fun on a lure bait. It's going to be fun. This is the last rod. And we got something on the end of it. I don't believe it. How did I not see that bite? It's very heavy anyway, whatever it is. I think it's just weed actually. Or a giant crab. Big spider crab. Oh, it's off. It was a crab. He just decided to let go. Big spider crab. Get out of here before it gets too dark. So that's it. End of session. I hope you liked it. I'm Billy. This is Billy in Chunks Fjord. This is Billy catching halibut. Wherever you are in the world, remember, I'll see you on the beach. Bye.